Oh?
Patrolling on an empty stomach. Oh, dreadful.
Tweedledee, tweedledum. You're all... Is your mum?
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
What you see is what you get.
Sacre bleu! It's a crime. You're from the north, that's painfully clear.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew. My salon stands open. Please come in.
All jests aside, let me see what you...
I'm more than willing.
Thanks. Think that's all.
Ever your servant, sir.
Nice tune.
Oh! Watch those hands. Ah!
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Any idea why they...
Likely because they The truth is far simpler.
Let's go. Sword.
Wise of you to hide your weapon. How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to race it, especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us...
This evening, the first...
Shame. You...
luckily, you are...
Visual illusions.
The third and...
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain...
It cannot be easy to identify.
I don't know where she is now.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaviri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. The painter sure to be in one of the alcoves. Greetings, Witcher.
Consider yourself.
Anyone can be an artist. Even you. Come and express yourself. Besmirch the canvas and behold your emotions. Anyone can be an artist. Even you. Come, toss some paint.
Please do not disturb.
One false move could prove ruinous to the entire community. All have the right to create. Cast some paintballs. Discover your artistic soul. And should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array. Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different.
The artist must focus.
Please do not disturb.
Greetings.
Should you tire of these
one of the
hues,
alcoves.
drop them in the pail and grab a different array.
Come, let's look in the alcoves.
Requires great precision.
Greetings.
Fine. What's needed? Wine
My
rendered
deepest
cool.
regrets.
Absinthe, the preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
Should you tire of these hues,
Wine,
drop them in the
wine.
pail and grab a different
Wine
array.
renders all art.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array.
Artists with brutality. Pellets that rupture upon striking a canvas. Deeply moving.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab good sirs, noble ladies. It seems real art requires certain.
Clearly not all are cut out to be artists.
Good to
An
see you.
artist must have stones, oversized stones.
Pretensions. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but pretentious. Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all about two things. Coin, pretentious.
Come,
I was-
let's look in the alcoves. Sure. Good to see you.
Welcome. Consider yourself greeted.
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still! You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has...
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself.
At one point, the palace...
What was the
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he suffered all... I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centrian noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it. But I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him.
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be?
He gave Cecilia a small gift. A heart.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
This is let's go. Your thoughts, as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor of the constant struggle for power and influence.
A metaphor. What else would they think of? If they can't agree, they want to cut the line. They believe in the constant struggle.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat it once.
I shall go. Or perhaps I won't.
Empty, heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
We must strip off the manacles of form. Venture burns around fear.
My heart's about to burst from a surfeit
Look,
of
lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Aren't they even? Because the right cuff seems somewhat tired.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered.
That must be him.
Yes, Your Grace.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Handprint. It's his. Bloody handprint. It's his. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, and stepped in the soil. Must have climbed this ladder. Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Locked. No key in sight. Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it, hard, and sank to the floor. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centrians killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile... I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He...
fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too...
Why? Because a hairpin might look...
Claim the man was trying to rob you when...
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this, it...
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important.
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty...
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite...
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is a...
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but...
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana.
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
What did your sister do to get...
Siana was...
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment.
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized.
She was angry at the... I recall one such situation. We were children. Siana knew of it. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. In the end, they forced her to leave the path.
Think your sister...
You see, I recall her always being rather...
Here, that's normal for sisters.
True. I suppose The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always... But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when someone wanted...
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost love.
Your mission has gained new import. You must... No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed.
I'll find her if...
I hope you do.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the Witcher's hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. What might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher,
and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detlaf here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlaf believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Oriana.
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair.
But I shall tell you.
Guessing it's no...
It would be quite some coincidence indeed.
Mm-hmm. Now listen close. Managed to...
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too. Thing is, she might be in...
Do you mean to say your task...
Mean to say we can't be the work...
Geralt, you must...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Detlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to two exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish the second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out? You have exceptional friends. This Detlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet.
So what's his? Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I.
Mm-hmm.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. It stands along the Saône-Retour River. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight.
Another murder by the horrid beast!
I've got the most...
Nilt and the Peyrak. His own cowardice!
Widest range of kids around. Diddle a diddle of one.
That's it, Roach.
It's a dog's arse.
National Laundry has returned! Not to be missed! Buy your tickets now! Available from
Let's go.
Take it easy.
No, Hickory.
You've spread some nastiness to me.
Giddy up. Take it easy. Slow now. Whoa. Faster. I'm early. No guardsmen yet.